When we say it, we speak it. Point blank, cause believe me, we mean it. Point blank, if you watch us, you see it. Point blank to the Lord Almighty, point blank.
Alright.
I wasn't born to be settled.
Hallelujah. Brand new program a take over. Hosted by Lisa and Erika.
Till you make it.
For the future. If you no want watch it, we no care disappear. We talk straight, no go round thing, we no fear. God is the protector around here. Pointblank take over the atmosphere.
When we say it, we speak it. Point blank, just believe me.
Welcome to Point Blank. Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Erika. And today's topic is haters. So what is a definition of a hater, Lisa?
Yay!
Okay.
A hater is a person who has an intense dislike for another person or thing. A person who thrives on showing hate towards other people, criticizing, belittling other people, or things, usually very unfairly.
Yeah, so a hater is someone who wants to discredit, devalue, downplay, or like they downplay all of your accomplishments and, you know, haters gon' hate. That ain't got nothing to do with me and you. That's the way it is.
And why do we have haters?
So there's various reasons, but for one, insecurity, jealousy, people having grudges against you, they have poor self-esteem, or it could even be them having a self-righteous complex, like just thinking they're better, right?
So true. And yeah, well, because they have nothing better to do, your life is so much more exciting than theirs, and you've accomplished so much more, because they can hate on you because they want to be you and they want your life. So these are just a few of the reasons why we think that haters exist.
For sure. And honestly, comparison is the poison of joy. So just so you know that. And also it's like fueled by jealousy and contempt, and your success gives them more, or sorry, your failures give them more happiness than their own success does.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter what you do. Even if you do nothing and you're like the nicest person on earth, there's going to be somebody out there that hates you for no reason at all, and they're always going to say something negative about you. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it's rooted in their own perception of you, like somehow doing better than them, but it's not really based in reality. And they think that your success negates their own. And basically the thinking is like, there's one pie for everybody, and we each have to have a piece out of this one pie, whereas they don't realize there's actually a bakery and we each get our own pie and we can do with it what we will.
And people will always project their insecurities, jealousy onto you. So just pay attention whether, I mean, a lot of haters are disguised as friends. And just pay attention to the people who clap when you win and the people who don't clap, the people who like your posts, the people that don't like your posts. It's very obvious who the haters are. And once you're able to distinguish that, it's really easy to cut them out.
For sure. So I'm thinking we should probably go into like
story
time as to like us each having our who our number one hater is.
Yeah, and why we think they hate us and all that stuff, right? So yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your hater. What are you going to call her?
What should I call her?
Misty?
Misty. Misty. Misty is a person who is, I don't know if I should go into like all the details of how they're related, but anyway, it's just a person like who they have relation to one of our friends, and she just always since I met her actually, before there was this guy that we both liked, which I didn't realize at the time that she liked this guy until later on, and we just had a like really good connection and everything. And she just would make really rude comments, like to my one friend when we went to a Halloween party, saying that I was following him around like a puppy, which it's like, okay, yeah, over.
Who doesn't like puppy dogs? But, no, I mean, I totally, yeah. I see where the, criticism is right there.
Yeah, and it's just backhanded comments like, oh, yeah, like later on telling me that she ended up sleeping with him, which I know is a lie and don't believe. But just trying to do these things, and it's like, that was how many years ago, and I'm married and I have a kid now. Why are we still talking about this when what we were talking about was so far left field from that? Like
she brought it up, right?
Yeah,
like out of nowhere.
Constantly just brings it in.
Just trying to rile you up.
Anytime we're together.
Just trying to rile you up and just make
basically,
you mad.
Yeah. And then just making dumb comments like her and her current boyfriend never fight. Like, alright, sure. That's really realistic, and it's just so dumb. And I don't know, just not a nice person, just not, to me anyways. She's never rude to Lisa or any of my other friends, but it's just, she does it in a backhanded way. It was funny because our other friend, she was out with us too, and she never says anything negative about people. And we decided to just like sit down while we were out for a Christmas, we went to like this place called Spruce Meadows just to check out their Christmas things that they had on. Like, they had a whole bunch of booths and everything. And so we sat down while they went and checked out the rest of it. And she was like, wow, I can't believe you haven't said anything. I totally would have said something by now. Like, that is so ridiculous how she just keeps like coming for you and just making backhanded comments like about not being able to drink as well as her and her family. Like, hi, you're 40 years old. Why are you trying to have a drinking contest with me at a family event and showing us pictures of her like half naked son? Oh Lord, it was just all sorts of trash. trash. Anyway, that's basically where it's at, and it just created a whole kerfuffle and all this stuff, and I was so
because you
mad.
met her a few times and you guys were fine, right?
Yeah.
And it was only just that time when with the guy thing that she started coming at you.
Exactly.
And just trying to make you jealous and insecure.
Yes, exactly. And not working in the slightest, because like there's nothing about her that I sorry, there's just nothing.
Well,
that
your life is
be.
so amazing now, right? I mean, look at all your blessings now. I mean,
yeah, I really try not to compare myself to other people, because we're all on our own journey.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have greatness inside of us, but yeah, I just don't have time for people who are mean and for no reason, and who just backhanded compliments or just like insults, and being passive aggressive, because passive aggressivity really just ticks me off, frankly. Like, just say what you have to say and don't pussyfoot around it, So I don't know, but I've just resolved to basically, if she's gonna be in an event, I'm not. that's it. Or I'm just told if she's gonna be there, and if it's a place where I can kind of avoid, then I definitely will. But it's like she seeks me out like a heat-seeking missile anytime I see her. So,
but maybe she just loves you and she wants to follow you around like a little puppy dog.
Maybe, but I don't eat tuna. So you?
Yes. So the one that I'm gonna go into, and it's so weird because I'm gonna call her Tammy, and she's basically my ex-roommate's best friend. So at one point, me and Ryan used to live with another couple, and it was her best friend, and she never really came around the house. Like, we didn't live there long. We lived there for 6 months.
Right.
And so I met her a few times, and like we were fine. And then when I started living with the couple, and me and Ryan started having problems with them because they were partying all the time and they just had no respect for us. Every time I come home, there was like 5 girls that I didn't know sitting downstairs watching Ryan's TV. They never locked their doors. And you know, like, sorry, I'm an adult, I'm a grown-up. I don't live in a little small town where you leave the doors unlocked. You have to lock all your stuff. And the reason why they didn't was because maybe they didn't have anything expensive, but we did. And so it was just a lack of respect. And I just remember one day we were going to Vegas and we said, well, can you keep it down? We're gonna be waking up early in the morning. And it wasn't even like a weekend. It wasn't even a Friday or Saturday. It was like a freaking Tuesday. And they party in the kitchen and the speakers are above me and Ryan's room, and they had it up and they blasted it. And so of course we didn't really get any sleep, and Ryan contemplated about going downstairs and choking one of the guys that was yelling but he didn't. So I mean, there was lots of issues, so we ended up moving out, and you know, it was kind of like a little awkward, you know, because there was just no respect on their end. So then the girl that is best friends, Tammy, who's best friends with my ex-roommate, I saw her a few times because her boyfriend, who is now her husband right now, and Ryan are good friends. So we saw each other a few times, and I know you've been there, and she's always had this hate on for me. And I know a lot of it has to do with probably what my ex-roommate was saying about me. But she formed some sort of opinion in her head and was just hating on me on everything I do, and just the way she looks at me up and down. And then I remember one time she was like, I hate the color pink. I would never wear it. My favorite color is purple. And I think you were there. And
probably.
And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, she was just trying to make me feel bad, and just, you know, for who I am, and because I'm very girly, my favorite color is pink. And then fast forward to a few years later, guess whose wedding was pink? I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard that I wanted to cry, because in the end, it just showed how fake she was. And it's like...
And that she wants to be you.
Yeah, and that she just wanted to be me. She just wanted... Like, there was just so much hate that I just couldn't even believe it, and I just started laughing. Because this is the thing, sometimes we would go to our friend's house for, like, their kids' birthday parties. And, you know, once we kind of distinguish that we don't like each other, we have no respect, we have nothing in common, we just started ignoring each other when we were at birthday parties and stuff like that. We wouldn't even look at each other. We didn't even say hi, even though we said hi to everybody else around us. Because for me, it's like, you show me that you hate me for no valid reason. Right. So why would I give you any respect? Why would I even try to get to know you if you already hate on me because you want to be me? Like, I don't have time for that. I have no time for pettiness and cattiness, and, you know, and I know, like, in our group, right, there's people that she's really good friends with, and you know, I've heard from one of them that, yeah, she does say stuff about me, and at this point I'm really not surprised. And if you do ask me about her, I will tell you my honest truth and what I think.
What did she say about you?
Well, I don't know, like, I was talking to one of her friends at one of her houses, and, you know, like, oh, she was like, oh, so, you know, so-and-so, like, doesn't like you even though she's one of my good friends. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about, and I just don't have time for that. And
but also, too, the person who's telling you that, it's like,
yeah,
why are you saying?
I mean,
that
given
to me?
we were drinking, but it's like, and I just told her, I said, yeah, I'm not dumb. I know it. Like, obviously, like, you could cut our tension with, you know, a machete. Like, it's
with a butter knife.
Exactly. Like, there's no love on either end, and she doesn't want to get to know me because of what her best friend say. And if she thinks that being a good friend is hating on somebody, and at this point, me and the roommate, like, we've seen each other a few times and we've worked it out. We're like good. We're like friendly. We've forgiven each other. We've gotten past it.
Right.
It was just really minor and stupid and we were young. But the fact that Tammy can't get over it, like that's her own issues, not mine, right?
Totally.
And that's the thing. So like I ended up going to her wedding even though I didn't want to, but because I love Ryan.
Yes.
So we sent out our RSVPs to them and we showed up. And it didn't help that we were almost late for the ceremony because they were doing construction. So we were almost late. So they were just getting ready to like come out when we ran in.
Yeah.
And it probably seemed like it was like a hateful thing that we were late on purpose, but we weren't. And yeah, it was just really weird and awkward because at the end, you know, like where you go up to greet the bride and the groom, right?
Yeah.
Like we had to come face to face. And like I was the last person and it was just really awkward. And you know, at that time I was really happy for her. I said, congratulations, you look beautiful, which I did truly mean. But you know, there was always still that like something there because she probably didn't want me at the wedding and I didn't want to go, but I came because of Ryan, right? So it was really awkward. And then even as like when we sent our invitations out, we sent our invitations out and I mean, we didn't get anything back like from them at all, whether they were attending or not.
Seriously?
When we made the effort, nothing, not even like, we're not even coming.
Not like, sorry.
No.
We can't attend.
No. So that.
Petty.
And I was just, like I told Ryan, I said, well, why did they make such a big thing? Like her boyfriend, her fiance at the time was like, oh, make sure you send the invite back because it's really important to Tammy and like so that she knows who's coming to her wedding, blah blah blah. And then yet when it was mine, like we didn't hear anything that they couldn't come, even, you know, or that maybe they could come.
Right.
So I mean, it was just double standard in that sense.
Does Ryan still talk to?
Well, you know what? And my husband is so nice. He's gone there a few times to help them like move stuff when her husband has nobody else because none of their other friends were available or reliable. And Ryan's always that type to like go and help, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, Ryan is still, of course, friends with her husband now, and stuff like that. But I mean, we don't invite them over here or to any of our barbecues or like get-togethers or anything like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. For me, I just see a lot of fakeness, and I see like when I'm out at the get-together, she's like, look at me, I'm friends with everybody. I don't have a problem with anybody, and it's like you that has the problem because you're a big biatch. You know what I mean? And
which
I'm
is
like,
so
I don't
untrue.
I don't need everybody to like me. I don't need to kiss anybody's freaking ass. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you have something to say, like, let's take it into the ring. Like, I'm not scared.
But the thing is that it's not like that with her because she's been super rude to me. And just because I'm friends with you, and before we were fine, like we would say hi, and I've had conversations with her and stuff, and it was fine and everything, and nothing untoward happened or any tension or whatever, any falling out, but just simply because of my proximity to you, it's like,
yeah,
I just,
well, it's like, well, because
so
she's basically just judging you because of me, but it's like I can judge her and all her friends because, you know what, me and my friends, we didn't all sleep with the same guy. So how about that? Maybe that's why I don't get along with you and your little crew, because we have nothing in common, right? Because I have standards. So there you go. Here's the tea. The tea is spelt. The tea is spelt, and yeah. And I know somebody's gonna be watching this that's like friends with them or acquaintances or whatever, and I don't give a flying F. Like, I'm usually not catty, but I mean, you want me to spill the tea? Well, that's just one of the big haters there. And her name rhymes with Tammy, so I guess you can figure that out, who that is. And she's got 2 kids now, and she lives out of town.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw them, when did I see them? October for like a friend's birthday party.
Oh, okay.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah, so haters come in all sizes. Sometimes it's people that are your friends' friends or like acquaintances. It doesn't have to be like a close friend that's a hater or a complete stranger. Sometimes it's a person who hates you because they formed opinions by what other people are saying.
Right.
So that's a really big one there.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah, and like, so yeah, how do we deal with these haters?
Besides knocking them out. Sorry, you need facial construction. Let me help. Just kidding. Do not knock your haters out.
No.
That's not the message that we're trying to get through.
Oh.
How do you deal with them? Ignore them. If they're online haters, you can block them. Give them a number to psychiatrists if you want to, because they probably need some sort of help that you can't help them with. And
live your best life.
At the end of the day, I mean, it is better just to be kind, even though you don't want to be kind, because you want to treat others as the way that they treat you. I just realized, like, the older I get, you want to be better than that. You don't want to live on the hate that they're throwing towards you. You just want to rise above that and just be who you are and just be a loving person and not let their hatred get you down or get to you, and because they don't really know you, right? And if they did get to know you, then maybe they would like you. It's issues that they have themselves. It has nothing to do with you.
Exactly. Yeah. So I say, live your best life, kill them with kindness, pray for them and pray over the situation, because there are some people too who, like, I don't know, are into weird stuff and they'll cast spells and like curses over you. So like you need to break those soul and word curses that they've put over you, and just, honestly, exactly what you said though. The best is killing them with kindness and just rising above, because it makes everybody else see what kind of person they are. Also, you will be so much more highly favored because you're doing what, Jesus told us to do, which is, it's easy to love the people who love you, but it's a lot harder to give love to those people who have been hateful towards you. And like, he will have the last word and the wrath against them for their behavior, and you don't need to worry about that because it's gonna come back around. So
it's really karma at the end of the day. I mean, you don't need to go out and show them your wrath, because karma will come around. You can't just wave your magic wand and have your hater disappear or do something to try to change their mind so that they like you. It's just the way that it is. Haters are just gonna hate. Doesn't matter if you're the nicest person on earth, they're gonna hate you for whatever reason, and it's not up to you to put your wrath on them. It's up to God, and at the end of the day, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, for sure. And like Jill Scott says, hate on me, hater.
Or as Taylor Swift sings, haters gonna hate.
Exactly.
And if you have haters, then maybe you're just doing something right in your life, you know? Maybe you just inspire people to just want to raise their standards.
Exactly. So, if you know you're on the right path, just keep doing what you're doing and don't let those people deter you from where you're trying to go.
Your destiny.
Yes, or what God has told you that He wants you to do for His kingdom.
Exactly. So, haters gonna hate, and there's nothing you can do about it.
For sure.
So, yes.
So I think that's about it.
So anyways, we hope you enjoyed this episode and our story time. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
I heard that you were talking shit and you didn't think that I would hear it. People hear you talking like that, getting everybody fired up. So I'm ready to attack, gonna lead this pack, gonna get touchdown, gonna take you out. That's right, put your pom-poms down, getting everybody fired up. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. Cause I ain't no holler back girl, I ain't no holler back girl.
We say, we speak it, point blank, please believe me, we mean it. Point blank, if you watch us, you see it. Point blank, tell the Lord I'm